Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch our video, Title IX, Student Behavior and Resources. My name is Matthew Carpenter, and I'm the Director of the Office of Student Advocacy and Accountability here at the University of the Incarnate Word. In this video, you will hear how my office, the Office of Title IX and Behavioral Health, all work together here at UIW to address student behavior that doesn't meet the expectations we hold for all UIW students. Additionally, we'll make you aware of university resources that are available to you should you ever need them. At this time, I would like to introduce Alexandria Salas, Director of the Office of Title IX.
Thank you, Matt. My name is Alexandria Salas. I am the Director of Title IX here at the University of Incarnate Word, and I'm just going to jump right into what our department does and how we can help you. So first thing is, what is Title IX? Title IX is a federal law that was enacted in 1972. It says that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. As I said before, in 1972, this was enacted under federal law, and originally it was created for equality in sports and athletic programs. Basically, you couldn't build a fancy new gym for the boys team and then leave an old ratty gym to the women's team. It had to be equal. What we've seen in the last 50 years is that this law has expanded, and it now includes our sexual misconduct policy. On the next slide, we'll see how that policy interacts and what it encompasses. The sexual misconduct policy and procedures can be found on our webpage at www.uiw.edu/Title IX. This page includes not only our sexual misconduct policy, but also our guidelines for employees and our sexual misconduct adjudication process for students, which talks about the investigation process, the appeals process, and all that encompasses. In addition, we regularly update these policies so that when we get new laws and new regulations, that it is current for that year and what it requires. So what exactly is prohibited under the sexual misconduct policy? Our sexual misconduct policy covers sexual harassment, sexual assault, sexual exploitation, stalking, and relationship violence, or anything that is remotely related to these topics. Relationship violence in the state of Texas also includes dating and domestic violence. It's all the same thing. It's between husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, roommates, all of that. All those relationships are included in domestic violence or relationship violence. So what else does Title IX cover? Well, Title IX also covers pregnancy discrimination and sex discrimination across campus. It's not just in athletics, but any type of sex discrimination that takes place across campus. So if you ever find yourself having to deal with an issue either involving our sexual misconduct policy or pregnancy discrimination or sex discrimination, you can file a report with the Title IX office, and we can take it from there. So where can you file this report? You'll see here on this slide a screenshot of our Title IX webpage. You can go to the University of Incarnate Word main site, type in Title IX and search, and it'll take you to our webpage. On the right side of the webpage, you'll see an icon there with two figures with a caution sign on top of them saying, and under it, it says report an incident. You can click on that icon and it will take you to our reporting page. And then you'll click on the Title IX sexual misconduct report and fill that out. Once you fill it out, then it will get sent directly to me upon you clicking submit. I am the only person that has access to these reports, and I have one backup person that is able to review these reports should I be out sick or should I just be out on vacation or whatever the case may be. It's important to note that we keep this information confidential and we do not share this information with anybody. Initially, we will contact the person who's filed the report to just verify the information. So one important note to make here is that all employees are mandatory reporters. All employees of the university are required by law to report anything that falls under our sexual misconduct policy. So if you were to talk to an administrator or to a faculty member and mention that one of these types of events occurred, they are required by law to report that to our office. They have to fill out that report, they have to send it to us, and then we will contact you to get either more information and to proceed forward if it's necessary. So where can you go if you don't want to have your information reported to Title IX. We have 3 departments in our offices, in the university that are confidential reporters. That is the licensed counselors at behavioral health, and you'll hear from them a little bit later. We also have the nurses and the doctors at health services, and last but not least, the pastoral counselors at mission and ministry. All these 3 have been designated as confidential reporters because they create a special relationship in which there may be doctor-patient privilege, counselor-patient privilege, or a type of pastor privilege that they have, and we honor that confidentiality. So one of the last things I want to talk to you, because obviously if you're here, you're new to the University of Incarnate Word. The Texas Education Code, Chapter 51, requires the university and all universities in the state of Texas to have each entering freshman or transfer student attend a training course on the sexual misconduct policy. This training course that we provide is actually done online, so it's very easy to do. Currently, we have 4 modules, and you must complete all 4 modules. And if you fail to complete this training, then there will be a hold placed on your account. That hold will be for registration. It will not affect receiving transcripts, but it will affect whether or not you can register for the next semester's course load. So it is important that you get this done, since we are required by law to have you trained up on our sexual misconduct policy. I will say that currently the training is about an hour to an hour and a half, and that's how quickly you're paying attention to it. And we are working to create better trainings for everyone, so that you can know what's offered and what's available to you. So I believe that's it. If you ever want to connect with the Office of Title IX, our office hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Again, my name is Alexandria Salas. Everyone just calls me Alex. I'm the director of Title IX. When we're on campus, you can locate me in the 4th floor, room 444 of the administration building, and my information is below. My email and my telephone number are there. You can also locate that on our webpage. If you have any questions or anything that you just want to discuss, you can feel free to reach out. I will always take time to respond to emails and phone calls. And last but certainly not least, if you ever want to connect with us on social media, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram. Our username is @UIW Title IX. So that's it for Title IX. I'm going to pass it back to Matthew Carpenter.
Thank you, Alex. So now I'll talk a little bit about my office, the Office of Student Advocacy and Accountability. As I mentioned earlier, I'm the director of the Office of Student Advocacy and Accountability. And I just want to talk a little bit about what we do and how we interact with you and with the university. And so our office covers 2 main areas. One of them is addressing student behavioral issues. And so this is what a lot of people view as the student conduct role of our office, but addressing misconduct or violations of our student code of conduct, which are our expectations for our students when they are here at the university. The second one would be concerning behaviors. And so if we are made aware of students exhibiting behaviors that are potentially concerning, whether they are mental health concerns, general acting out, or concerns that are of a threatening nature in any way, shape, or form, we reach out to those students as well. Additionally, we're a resource for the community, connecting students with appropriate resources. If we receive student complaints about areas on campus or anything like that, we help address those, as well as providing education and training to our students and departments across the university. So I talked a little bit about the student code of conduct, and our code of conduct is values-based. And so as you can see there are 5 values. If you're acting with integrity, if you're treating others with respect and fairness, if you're thinking about the community that you're involved with, whether it's a classroom, your residence hall, the university at large, and you're taking responsibility for your actions, you will be fine. You will not violate the code of conduct, and you will not get called to our office to address some concern that we may have. If you're ever made aware of a potential violation or of any behaviors that you feel might be useful for us to step in and have a conversation with someone, you can file a report using the link that is on your page, uiw.edu/report. That page lists a large number of our reports for a variety of different things. And so take a look at those when you get on that page, and there's a different thing for everything that you may need to report. The student conduct report, as you can see there, those are for those code of conduct violations and other things that are violations of university policy. The residence life report is for anything that may happen in the residence halls. The care team referral, and I'll talk about the care team here in a couple seconds, that is to report behaviors, concerns, or actions for individuals, especially if they might pose a risk of harm or danger to themselves or to others. And we often receive referrals for students to file reports themselves if they're needing additional assistance with something that they may be going through. The Title IX and Sexual Misconduct Report, which is what Alex mentioned, is hosted on our site as well. And the General Complaint Report, which I did mention. And those are for just general concerns that aren't potentially a threat, but just something that needs to be addressed and you feel like you need additional assistance in getting that done. So the care team, as I mentioned earlier, this is a group of us on campus, staff and administrators, that work together to address student concerns that are either interpersonal issues, behavioral issues, but we come together to kind of discuss those situations and figure out what the best course of action is to help that student. It's a combination of my office, academic support services, residence life, university police, and behavioral health. And so we all work together to figure out what's going to be best for a student in a particular situation. We meet with those students individually, one-on-one, before we recommend any course of action. The issues they can be struggling with could be academic, mental health. It really just depends on what that student's willing to disclose. Sometimes students are referred to us, so it might be something you've mentioned to a faculty member, or it might be something that you yourself have decided, hey, I need additional help and I don't know where to go. We can be that kind of guiding force to kind of help you along. And while we do consult with counseling staff, our office is not a confidential resource. And so, anything you tell us, we would keep private due to federal privacy laws, but it is not confidential in the same way a meeting with a counselor or with a doctor may be. And so just want to share some information about how to connect with us should you need to. As always, you can always file a report, but here are our office hours as well. On campus, we are in the Student Engagement Center on the 3rd floor, Suite 3150, which houses our office, residence life, and campus engagement. You can also email or phone call, and we'll be more than happy to have a chat and respond to any questions or concerns you might have. We're also on social media. You can see down there at OSAA_UIW. And so please feel free to reach out, connect with us. We would love to get to know you more. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Kevin Milligan in Behavioral Health.
Thank you, Matt. So I'm Dr. Kevin Milligan. I'm the Assistant Director with our Behavioral Health Clinic here at UIW. And so I'm just going to kind of go over a little bit about how we collaborate with other departments and kind of what our role is in helping serve you, the students of UIW. So kind of just start here and tell you what we do. So we offer individual counseling services to students as long as you are a current enrolled student at UIW, and that can be at the main campus or at any professional schools under the UIW system. The individual counseling is about 85 to 90% of what we do, and that's just meeting one-on-one, face-to-face with one of our counselors on our staff. We also provide trainings and workshops for students and faculty around the university. A lot of our trainings consist on stress management techniques, how to manage anxiety, how to improve communication, how to improve relationships, those type of things. And we provide those on a case-by-case basis and by those who request it, and we provide that for any department at the university. We also provide families and couples counseling as needed for the students. The only requirement is that one of the individuals in the counseling has to be an active, currently enrolled UIW student for that to happen. The other individuals involved in that counseling do not, just at least one of the individuals. We do provide group counseling as needed for things such as anxiety, communication, trauma-related things, depending on what the need is around the university. And then we also assist in any crisis interventions or crisis events that occur around campus to help give feedback and input on what will be best from the mental health and behavioral health side to get that student the care and the help that they need. So some of the things that we do see around campus that the students are brought in, research has shown that the number one thing that college-age students struggle with is anxiety. So we do definitely see a lot of students come in and they're struggling with all kinds of different anxiety, whether it's test anxiety, social anxiety, or just anxiety in general, just based off of life not always going easy and going well. So anxiety, depression are two of the big things that we see. We help students with relationship issues. We've helped students struggling with addiction, with eating disorders. We work a lot with students who are struggling with trauma and different situations like that. So there's really not a lot that we can't help you with. But if you do come into our clinic and there is something that we know we won't be the best resource for you, we will help get you connected to whatever resources available that will be the most beneficial for your treatment. So like I mentioned earlier, we do collaborate with other departments around the university. The care team is a big area that we collaborate with. We have 2 members of our staff on the care team. And kind of what our role is in that collaboration is to provide input and feedback when there is a mental health or behavioral health concern that is brought to the care team. So we kind of give some insight on what might be helpful, what kind of treatment would be available, kind of help understand some of the behaviors and things that are going on. And then we provide referrals and recommendations based off of the information we're provided. We also do work really closely with our health services department here at the university. A lot of what we do is we help get appointments set up for psychiatry if that need is there based off of what the student is telling us and kind of what that request is. And then like I mentioned earlier, we go around all different departments based off of the requests and provide the training and the workshops needed for whatever the situation that each department is requesting. And so talking about confidentiality, so Alex mentioned earlier when it comes to Title IX reporting that it is mandated by all employees. We are designated as confidential reporters. So what that means is if you do disclose to us in session about something related to Title IX, we do have to inform Title IX about that report. However, we are able to provide limited information. So usually what we provide is the gender of the individuals involved in the event, and then we describe, and then we say what the event was. So we would just say it's sexual abuse, rape, sexual assault, physical abuse, domestic violence, and that's it. We don't provide any detailed information to Title IX. So if you do feel like there's something you want to disclose to someone, counseling would be the place to do that. We are bound by confidentiality in any situation. There are a few exceptions to that confidentiality, which we would expand on more when you start counseling with us. But know that when you come to us, everything you discuss in session with us will stay with us as far as those exceptions, unless those exceptions come into place. And know that this isn't on your academic record. And basically no one will know that you're coming to counseling unless you want them to know you're coming to counseling. There are a few instances where we will talk to you about signing a release of information form. Again, that is not mandated. That is your choice. And basically what that allows us to do is that allows us to collaborate, for example, with the care team to kind of keep them updated on if you're attending your sessions and update them on how well you're progressing. And then we only disclose what you are willing to allow us to disclose to those individuals, and that is your choice if you want to sign that form for us. And then so how do you schedule an appointment with us and kind of what our contact hours are? So we are open during the summer from 8 to 5. Monday through Friday, and then during the spring and the summer, our hours change a little bit. Monday through Thursday, we're 8 to 6, and then on Fridays, 8 to 5. To make an appointment, you can either stop by our office in the administration building in Suite 438 and schedule an appointment with our front desk staff, or you could call the number here, the telephone number here listed at 210-832-5656, and that'll get you connected to our scheduling department, and they will go ahead and put you on the schedule for whatever counsel we have that's available for the time that you express to us. So when we do schedule an appointment with you, we will send you some intake paperwork to fill out. That's just allowing you to consent to the counseling, as well as give us some background information on your presenting problems and some demographic information. Right now, during the current situation that we're in, we are offering online counseling sessions via Zoom or telephone. However, those sessions are only available to those students currently living within the state of Texas. So if you are living outside the state of Texas, we will help you get connected to the resources in your area. But if you want to go ahead and get counseling started now, you are welcome to do that within the state of Texas. And then if you are a current UIW student, there is no limit to how many sessions that you are able to get from us, and all sessions are free of charge. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our office. You can ask for myself, Dr. Milligan, the assistant director, or our director, Dr. Mellinson, and we'll answer any questions that you have. Thank you for your time, and I'll turn it back over to Matt.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Milligan. I just want to thank you all for taking the time to watch our video. We hope that you found this information helpful as you start your journey here at the University Incarnate Word. Please feel free to reach out to any of us, and we'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have or give you more information about our offices and the services that we provide. We wish you a safe and healthy summer and look forward to seeing all of you in fall. Thank you very much, and have a great day.